dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So, in less than 24 hours, we got the final Warframe dev stream of 2024, and as per tradition, we have the dev stream bingo predictions today. We already know a bunch of the info that will be on this dev stream, so we got some extra fun ones here, because why not just have a little bit of fun and predict some stuff? Now, some of this stuff is going to be definitely more on the serious side, but yeah, a lot of the things they've already told us will be happening on the stream we already know about, so keep that in mind. Before we go over this stuff, though, make sure you sub this channel, and also make sure that you are potentially following the live stream channel as well, because tomorrow there will be a drop for a combined Tau Shard. That means a purple Tau Shard, a green Tau Shard, or an orange Tau Shard. And for my new Saren video, well, I mean all my other Saren videos too, I am using green Tau Shards on Saren, and I'll be using them in 1999 as well. The new Saren video will be themed around 1999 missions and gameplay, which we'll have full information on tomorrow, thankfully. So let's get right into the prediction video. And thanks a ton for the support, guys. I'm very thankful for all the support you guys give to my videos and streams and all that. Thank you so much. Let me do this on a daily basis, because I really enjoy doing it. All right, starting off with the dev stream bingo. Keep in mind that some of these things are definitely on the more goofy side, because we've gotten a lot of information on 1999 already. But some details we don't have full information on. All right, starting with the first one. Infested Railjack info. Now, the dev stream we'll be having tomorrow will be about the Scaldra mainly. But yeah, since Infested Liches will be, Liches, they're going to be requiring a Railjack to fight them in the final battle. So, if you get any more information on the Infested Railjack, air quotes, missions, it might not even be a full Infested Railjack. It might just be that one mission. But yeah, either way, if you see anything about Railjack or Infested in that dev stream, you can fill that one in. It might be a pretty hard one to fill in, actually, because they already showed some Infested stuff, but not a ton of it. Second square, Pablo's Elemental Augment changes. Now, if you've been watching all of my videos, which would be a lot of videos to watch, to be fair, you might have seen my video about Pablo's, the balanced head of Warframe, going to be changing some of these augments. So, for example, it wouldn't really apply to Saren's Sobek shells, but let's say for Ember, for example. Ember's Fireball Frenzy augment gives you and your teammates built-in heat damage when she casts her Fireball ability. But the issue with that is that that will combine with whatever element you have on your guns to be potentially something you don't want. So let's say you had a Fire proc build, or let's say you had a Toxin proc build. For some reason, your build was fully Toxin proc, and you had an Ember on your squad using that augment. They would put fire damage on your build and make your Toxin proc build become a gas proc build, which is going to be very different potentially from what you originally had going. With this new change, that will not be the case anymore. Now, after the change, if that exact situation happened, you would go from having a gas proc build with Ember to having a fire and Toxin build with Ember. So that means that a new type of build will be unlocked, basically, and it will allow you to do double DOTs. Like, it will let you do electric and fire for, like, melee influence. It will let you do cold and toxic, for that matter, if you wanted to, if you had, like, freeze force from frost. So lots of crazy things could happen if that change goes through. It is not officially confirmed, but honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know if I do want it, because it sounds so strong, but that's something that was being discussed. So if they talk about that at all, you can definitely put that, fill in that bingo card. And also, Cyto 9 is going to have an ability that's very similar to what we're talking about right now, too, with one of his elemental buffers. All right, moving on to the next square. Show the second half of the tile set. So, if you have played the Warframe 1999 demo, you might remember, like, that we're pretty much upstairs, like the streets of the 1999 tile set. But did you know there's supposed to be an underground subway station area, too, where we'll fight the Infested? So maybe we will see some of that on this dev stream. If we see any new tiles for the 1999 tile set on the dev stream, you can definitely fill that one in, and it's probably going to be pretty likely. Speaking of the new 1999 tile set enemies, they will be showing us the Scaldra, which seem like they're basically Proto-Grineer, in detail this time. So I think we'll be looking out to see what their weaknesses are, because as far as the weaknesses and resistances of the Grineer, they are pretty weak to corrosive, but also, I mean, there's different, like, the Infested are likely to have a different resistance to the Tech Rot Infested. There's Deimos Infested that are, like, immune to, or resistant to viral, and then there's, like, normal Infested that are, like, weak to other stuff. So I'm assuming these Tech Rot Infested will be weak to something else, too. So, yeah, maybe we'll have to find that on day one, but maybe we'll be able to, decipher it just by watching their gameplay, what the Scaldra new faction will be weak to. By the way, should be a kind of hard one to fill in, actually. Next one, this one could probably just be pretty much free. Big Resurgence event. So there's going to be a big Resurgence event coming up in like the next couple of weeks, and that will mean that every week the Resurgence will rotate. But I'd like to see some details on this, like as far as what frames we're talking about here. I'm hoping Nidus comes back so I can get that Nidus Necromech skin. Let's see, what else hasn't been unvaulted for a while. If there's anything that you want to get that's not been unvaulted for a while, let me know in the comments down below, because the main one I'm thinking about is Nidus, because I feel like he hasn't really been unvaulted ever, basically, and he has a really cool mech skin. But yeah, some information on that would be great. Next one, new Arcanes. Now, as far as after you beat the 1999 quest and story, there will be a bunch of post-quest content they've been saying, but I'm wondering what we'll be farming besides just infested lich weapons. Will there be new Arcanes? Will there be new mods, etc., etc.? So if we see any new Arcanes, they talk about new Arcanes, you can fill that one in. It'd be cool if we got some new Arcanes, because we haven't gotten new Arcanes since Jade Shadows, so those are some pretty decent Arcanes. Most of them were, for that matter. Moving on to the next square, Focus Expansion. Again, this is in the same vein as what are we going to be getting after we beat the quest. And some people in chat were theorizing that we could get a Focus Expansion, new Drifter abilities, new Operator abilities, those types of things. And that would be pretty cool. Like maybe a new ability for each focus tree, for Vazarin, Unairu, etc., etc. That would be really cool. Not sure if that's in the cards. They haven't even remotely talked about that, so that's complete speculation. But it would be a cool thing that they actually added it. Next one, new Deluxe skin. This one sounds pretty safe, actually. We haven't really gotten a Lavos Deluxe skin or anything like that, and I think that might be the next one that comes up. But either way, yeah, a new Deluxe skin. We usually have a Deluxe skin in the pipeline in this game, like every update, it seems like. So I would not be surprised in the slice if they show a new Deluxe skin, maybe like a Plague Doctor skin for Lavos, or hey, I think a Varuna skin, too. Honestly, Varuna needs a skin. Varuna, Kalervo, Corvex, and a couple others need some skins. And it's mainly... Kalervo really needs a skin. So that would be awesome if they could show that stuff off. Next one, new Nightwave season. Now, we have a while until this Nightwave season is done, because there's not even an end date announced. So yeah, this one's probably a little bit ambitious, but we were a little bit desperate for squares on this one. So, new Nightwave season... Maybe. You know, we had the soccer-themed Nightwave season that's been here since, like, Jade Shadows, basically, which is, like, 2 updates ago at this point. So, yeah, I'd be cool with it. Maybe a 1999-themed Nightwave season could be kind of cool with some augments for, like, either an augment for an infested weapon or an augment for, like, an older kind of weapon like the Lex or something. I don't know. But, yeah, basically, new Nightwave season, if they announce that or talk about that at all, you can fill that in. But they don't really usually announce those on dev streams, I feel like. They usually announce those on, like, random forum posts. By the way. Next one. We are still thinking about that new loot after the quest. Helminth expansion. So, it's an infested and Grineer-themed update. And, like, Albrecht and Trotty and all that stuff. How about a Helminth expansion? We get, like, one Helminth ability every, time a new frame comes out. But how about we get some new, like, fresh Helminth abilities that don't require a frame sacrifice? I'm talking like things like energized munitions. How about some stuff like that? If we get any mention of the Helminth being expanded in any way, you can fill this in. But yeah, it would be pretty nice if we got some Helminth expansions at some point, especially with an infested themed update. Next one, can date every Protoframe at once. So basically, we have 2 squares for this one. There's a follow-up square later. So basically, there is going to be a romance, a optional romance mechanic in the 1999 update where you can, air quotes, date the Protoframes. So we don't know exactly what they'll contain, but they'll be showing us that on the dev stream on Friday. Now, we were just joking around, like, will you be able to date every Protoframe at the same time? It's going to be like Persona, where they all beat you up on Valentine's Day, or is it not going to be that serious? Either way, I think that me personally, I think you will be able to have, air quotes, relations with every Protoframe at the same time, and they won't get mad, but we also don't know. They say they have, like, hundreds of voice lines, so we'll have to see. But yeah, if you can date every Protoframe, then that will be easy to fill in. If not, the other one will be one at a time. Moving on to another goofy one, pizza-themed cosmetic. Every time you go to the Halvania Mall, it's like Big Bites Pizza this, Big Bites Pizza that. You look at your little beeper thing from Albrecht and Trotty. He's saying there's a sale on Big Bites Pizza. So, like, there's really a lot of pizza mentions in this update. I'm thinking there might be a pizza cosmetic. Now, that would be pretty funny to find, like, not shown in the dev stream, like if you find it on your own. If they want to spoil it and show us a pizza-themed cosmetic on the dev stream, then there we go. Now, they said there will be an infested pizza cutter-themed weapon. We have a square for that later, but that would be an infested ghoul saw type weapon. I'm thinking like a cosmetic thing. It's like literally a slice of pizza on your frame, or like a pizza helmet or something weird like that. But yeah, either way, next one here, we got the free square. This could have been basically Cyto 9 is OP, because I have a feeling that there's no way Cyto 9 will be bad. Cyto 9, we have already seen his abilities. He is seeming really, really strong, so keep an eye out for Cyto 9 just being better Ivara, basically. Moving on, so Nyx's rework will be discussed at this dev stream, and for this one, Nyx Absorb becomes good. You know the fourth ability of Nyx? Yeah, I know not many people play Nyx. The ability that locks you in place unless you're using the Augment mod that like blows up damage in an area once enemies shoot you or whatever. It's really awkward and really not the best, but maybe they'll make it good because she's getting a rework. So I don't have high hopes for Absorb. I think she'll get some like, you know, tweaks like Mind Control becomes better, Psychic Bolts gets like no enemy cap, Chaos does something else. I don't think Absorb will be fully replaced, and it won't be fully reworked, but we also know it won't be fully replaced because in the Gemini trailer, they showed Nyx still using Absorb, so yeah. Not really exactly my ideal ult for a Psychic frame, but that's what they're keeping, so let's hope that Absorb becomes good after this change. Next one, more Protoframes shown. So, DE devs did confirm there will be more Protoframes in the future. I'm just wondering if they're going to like show those before the update, or if they're going to wait until after the update, because like, you know, like Proto-Rhino, Proto-Saren, Proto-blah blah blah. They're going to eventually probably make a bunch of them, but for right now, we have the 6 that we know about, which will be the Gemini skin and like the Hex faction or whatever. So, if they show any new Proto-Frames, I don't think the Scaldra Commander is Saren, by the way, then we can fill that one in, but it probably won't happen, to be honest. It'll probably happen in the future. Next, this could literally be in the free square. Cyto 9 is OP. If you have read what Cyto 9's abilities do, I feel like there's no way he's bad. He's got a first ability that scans enemies through walls, gives you punch through walls, and marks their heads through the wall. Second ability, refills your magazine and gives you a extra elemental proc on bullet. Third ability, teleport backwards and go invis, and then you can refresh the invis by getting kills. And fourth ability is Exalted Sniper with a grenade launcher. So that, how do you mess it up, right? It was going to be pretty hard to mess up. So yeah, we'll probably have another good frame for 2024, the final one of the year, Cyto 9. So keep an eye out for that, because we're going to see his abilities in action too. We'll be frame by frame of that stuff for sure. Next one, Infested Ghoul Saw. I did mention this earlier. They said the Infested Pizza Cutter is one of the new weapons that's not a previously existing Coda weapon. So if they do want to show that, that'll be really cool, like a screenshot of it or whatever, or like maybe like animation of it. But if we have to wait until the day the update comes out to get it as well, that could also be potentially a thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Infested Ghoul Saw. It won't be like the literal Ghoul Saw, it'll be the Ghoul Saw weapon type, the Assault Saw weapon type. So yeah, don't get a Ghoul Saw Riven expecting it to work on this thing. It will be a brand new weapon. Next square, Nyx Absorb stays bad. So this is a little bit cheeky on my part, but I just feel like the Absorb ability it's going to be really hard to make it good, honestly. The Assimilate Augment, like they could just bake it in, honestly, and I don't even know if that would change, that would really move the needle. So yeah, Absorb locks you in place, takes your guns away, drain energy over time, can drain energy really fast too. It's just not the best. So yeah, I hope that Nyx gets a good rework though, because Nyx, fun fact, Nyx Prime's artwork is what got me into playing Warframe in the first place. I thought she looked really cool. But yeah, either way, let's hope that it's a good ability, not a bad ability. Second one, can date only one frame at a time. So that's going to mean, that's like the opposite of the date every proto frame at once. This is date one at a time. We will see. But there will likely be a daily lockout for Syndicate Rep regardless. So yeah, pick your proto frame partner wisely, I guess. Next one, more Atama Cycle changes. The Atama Cycle, I don't know. My current plans and theory crafting for 1999 is actually going to be ignoring the Atama Cycle altogether, and the meta will be us moving faster than Atama Cycles in the gameplay. So that's what I'm currently thinking, which we're going to have to move pretty fast to be fast in the Atama Cycle. But yeah, I'm hoping they change it some more. Maybe they let us shoot our guns on the Atama Cycle. Let me use my Ocucore on the Atama Cycle. Whatever. Like, it basically just does not have a ton of functionality besides looking cool and like jumping and stuff and launching the bike. So they said there'd be some more changes. We'll see if we can actually witness those on the dev stream. Last row here, Rhino Heirloom in the game. The next skin will be the Rhino Heirloom skin as far as heirlooms go. So maybe we'll see that one in game. That should be coming out in 2025. And it looks pretty okay, but yeah, it is going to be hard to go against the Ember Heirloom skin. That's for sure. But yeah, hopefully we see that one in game because that is going to be the next one that comes out. This one should be pretty nice. 1999 release date. It was going to be either the release date or the release window. Like, I wouldn't mind if they say, like, oh, it'll be coming out next week. But it also would be better if they're like, it will be coming out on blah, 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 be coming out on the 18th or whatever. So I think we'll be after the Game Awards, personally, which is on the 12th. And then that would be probably like the Wednesday after the Game Awards is my prediction, which should be the 18th. So that's my prediction. Hopefully that DE gives us an exact date. But yeah, it might just be a release window as well, which is, to me, it's personally also fine. Here's my code people to put on every single one of these. Warframe crossover event. When will we get it, honestly? When's like the Warhammer 40k crossover event? When's anything? Anything, dude. Any crossover event. Come on, DE. We got like one or two of them ever with like Unreal Tournament, and then like, I think we got like PUBG Mobile, but we didn't even get anything from PUBG Mobile. PUBG Mobile got like Wukong Prime in-game, and here we are with like nothing. We don't even have a frying pan, so hopefully we can eventually get a crossover skin with like a crossover weapons skin, or maybe like a Final Fantasy crossover skin. I don't care. I really don't even care. I'll buy it, even if it's like something dumb that I don't like. Like something that I would view as dumb, like I don't even know. Something that isn't cool to me, but either like, how about a Balatro? I want to play Balatro. Let's get a Balatro crossover. Give me some like throwing skin for weapons or something. I don't freaking know, dude. I just want something crossover skin related, and we actually do a throwing weapon star like card skin. So I guess we already have that, but. How about something? Whoever wins Game of the Year. We already got Wukong's in a Black Myth Wukong crossover skin. Sure. Either way, we're not going to get it, but I hope we do someday because it's fun. Last two here. Warframe anime short info. So if you didn't know this, there's a Warframe anime short on the way, and I think they're going to probably like show it off or like release it when 1999 comes out, and it should be about done. So yeah. Final details on it should be, getting out there pretty soon. They were working on it as recently as a couple weeks ago, so it should be basically done now. And the last square, Koumei actually getting buffed. Did you know that Koumei was supposed to get buffed? And they actually put the buff for Koumei in the game, and the buff was going to be your teammates can actually give you assists for your decrees. That they put that in the game, and then it got removed because that Koumei buff was like crashing everyone's game. So they said, all right, we're going to actually have the Koumei buff in 1999. I'm just wondering if, like, it's going to crash again, and this Koumei will never actually get buffed. And you have to wait, like, 3 minutes for each decree and stuff like that. But yeah, either way, guys, that's going to be my Devstream bingo. A lot of them are definitely more on the silly side this time. But, yeah, it's going to be a great Devstream with a lot of information on the update. And then let's hope it releases in, like, a week or two afterwards so we can jump in and farm those infested liches. Farm, the Scaldra or whatever. The Scaldra should be pretty cool. Now, as far as the enemies, the Scaldra are like Proto-Grenier, and the Tekrot Infested are going to be your two enemy factions. I have a feeling that Bay of the Infested will work on the Tekrot, but I don't think Bay of the Grenier will work on the Scaldra. But we'll have to see, because the Scaldra look like an actual, like, fully new faction, and the Tekrot Infested, they seem like they're just, like, reskinned Infested, basically. So, yeah. Either way, I'll see you next time. Hope you found the video fun, and have a great Thanksgiving if you're celebrating that. All right, guys, take it easy. Peace.